Hi all, I'm Ryan, and you join me at the start of a challenge. I've just bought myself a bike, a Honda CB250N. Well, at least I think I've bought a bike. We'll find out together. So when I say I think I've bought a bike, this is actually what I've just bought. Yeah, that's a promising start. And then it sort of goes downhill from this point onwards. So I have not taken this bike apart. I do not know that everything is here. I think that most of it is here. I believe the previous owner when he said it had been running in the not too distant past, but we're going to find out together. So we have got the old Haynes Manual. We got various different condition components. I mean, the tank clearly corroded, got a big dent in the top. We got lots of bits, mud guards, fairings, carburetors. So I think before we get into all of this, speedos, right, okay, I need to take stock of what I've got. And the very first thing that definitely needs to happen, this engine and frame is absolutely completely filthy. Every time I touch it, it's just dirt, it's grease. Oh yeah, that's like the cleanest bits I've just touched, but I mean, it's definitely not been cleaned. So I think the first thing I'm going to try and do is to separate the engine from the frame, which looks like there's already been some issues here. So I can already see that some of these bolts have been cut, so that doesn't bode well. I can see a cut wire here. So I don't think this bike has exactly had an easy past. I don't know the condition of the engine. I don't know if it turns over, it might be seized, it might be knackered, it might have no compression. I've taken a gamble on this. So we will find out together. First steps first, try and work out how to remove the engine, and then start cleaning. Okay, so right away I've got situations whereby this bolt has just sheared clean off. Definitely not coming out easily. That's obviously been cut. That's not looking too good. There's clear signs that other bolts around here have been cut off as well in the frame. Now my challenge, I need to get that bolt out, which looks pretty damn seized in, and the only way I think I can get to it is to remove this cover. So I'm going to try and remove this with some I think it's 8mm sockets, and hopefully if I can get that cover off, then I can get to this bolt and unwind that and drop this out of the frame. Okay, what we got? Now, that's rather dirty. And that has not been cleaned up for some time. Oh, I think this is going to put up a fight. Nothing. Well, I've got no idea, but I can at least begin to tell. Okay. Well, she's not seized. and I'm feeling some compression. So that's at least a good starting point. Let's see if the gearbox works. No, it doesn't appear to. Houston, we have a problem. Oh, no. We have a gear. Back to neutral. Okay, we've got something. There we go. Okay, the engine's not seized, the gearbox is in some respect working. Good. Well, I've ground that bolt completely off now. Now I'm going to work on the other side, see if I can get that out. And now on the other side, I've got this end of the bolt, which is absolutely completely Loctite. So I need to get rid of that, and hopefully that will let me get the engine out of the frame. So I'm going to grind that down now. That has just taken me 4 hours to separate the engine from the frame. So apparently this is meant to be a free bolt that you can just undo and knock through, and it is very corroded. So I've drilled out one end, I've cut off the other, and managed to not damage the frame. So clean hole that side, and relatively clean hole that side. So the fun and games continue. So it's now the next day. The frame is now completely clear of everything. However, it is clearly disgustingly filthy. It's covered in grease. It's dirty. So the next thing I need to do, use something like that. Give it a good clean down. See how much I can clean off. And then start preparing it, rubbing it back, and determining what else it needs. Whether it needs any repairs, anything issues, check it straight and move forward from there. So let's get started. I'm going to try using some muck off, see if I can clean the frame up a bit further after the degreaser. So a good clean up later, and the verdict is all is good. It's got surface rust pretty much uniformly all over it, but everything looks solid, nothing's rusted through, it seems straight. The only thing I can see that needs some attention is I've got this bolt here sheared off inside the frame. That will need to be drilled out, because if you see the hole below, that's a straight through hole, and that bolt shouldn't be in there. But other than that, I think it just needs a damn good rub down, good prime, coat of paint, and I think the frame is good and savable. So that is a big positive. Okay, I don't know how difficult this is going to be to clean up. So let's just start. This is some 400 grade wet and dry. Right, so it's another day. I found out that doing it by hand is bloody difficult. So bugger that. Let's get the big guns out. We've got new orbital sander. Got myself a range of grits from 40 all the way up to 240. Let's see if that makes the job quicker, easier and better. So one pile of sanding pads gone, and this is the result. So that's almost a day of sanding, mostly by hand, some with the machine, but it's coming up all right. No particular surprises yet. It looks like it's quite savable, so more prep needed, and then start thinking about how we actually start applying the paint. That's all for now, but please like, comment and subscribe to see how I get on with this and all other projects.